Hey everybody, so today we're going to be talking about what's wrong with Unleashed or a few cons for Unleashed. I will say I absolutely love this spec. I think it's a lot of fun. I've been having a blast with it today. And I just thank ArenaNet for not doing some stupid get rid of pet spec like people were speculating. No fucking pun intended on that. But yeah, so this is just going to be going over a few cons that I have with the Unleashed specialization. But like I said, overall, I have a really positive experience with it. I do really, really like it. But these are just a few things that I don't really like about Unleashed. There's just not enough reasons that, and at least in a PvE environment, for the pets to be unleashed. I could see a lot of the times this is gonna be another Soulby situation where you're gonna be unleashed. Like one side of the whole mechanic is gonna be just completely all the time. I doubt in PvE environments that people will ever really go on the pet if it were to be this way at launch, from what I could see right now. I talked about it in my build video. You should really be staying in there for more damage because when you're not unleashed, you gain less damage, which is the biggie. I feel like if you were unleashed and there was no penalty for it, or you were leashed and there wasn't really a penalty for it in the current state of the spec, I feel like that would be a better thing to have, personally. Maybe we could rework that trait to do, basically pets gain increased damage when they're unleashed, and you gain increased damage while you're unleashed. I feel like that would be probably a better trait to have than the current trait we have right now, where it's like your incoming damage is blah 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 blah. Like I just don't like that trait. I feel like we should switch that to be whoever's unleashed gets more damage. Personally, I don't really like having that penalty there to your damage because there's really no reason for you to unleash your pet because you're just going to get less damage and pets aren't as reliable as you are. That was a really questionable decision on their part for me at least. Um, and I just want more reasons for the pet to be unleashed. Maybe it gains increased attributes whenever it's unleashed. Something like that would be kind of nice to have. Um, but yeah, I'm just really, not interested in unleashing my pet, unfortunately, which definitely kind of sucks. Uh, Second thing here is going to be that there's no autocast option for some of the pet's abilities. Now, World of Warcraft does this on some of their pet abilities. You could right click on the icon and it'll autocast it. Now, I really hope that this comes to Guild Wars for the Untamed Elite spec because there's some abilities that I like having on autocast that I can't have on autocast, like Smoke Assault or something like that. I like having those abilities to be autocasted, but right now there's no option for that. I have to press it, meaning that sometimes this can feel sort of like piano-y, in a way, if that makes any sense. Where you're really going around your keyboard a whole bunch. When Rangers are definitely not used to that kind of playstyle. So actually, maybe you would be if so based. I don't fucking know. Um, but yeah, I just not a fan of that. I want there to be some sort of autocast option. Another thing here is like the sewer piss look on you. It just looks disgusting. Remove it. Give us an option to remove it. Something in like the settings or something like that. Give us an option to remove any like infusions or anything or just something, because it just looks so fucking ugly. The green piss that's around you just looks terrible, man. Please get rid of that whenever it's not even when you're in combat. It's whenever you ever have your weapon out, which just sucks. So if you're role playing or whatever, it's best to probably just have your pet unleashed. Um, which I guess is whatever because it's role playing, but it's something that's definitely kind of annoying. Cantrips just don't really feel very useful in PvE to me. I don't see really a lot of use in them. They're more PvP oriented. The same goes actually for the pet skills that it has. I feel like the pet skills, while it's on the leash, should be have a bit more damage under them because they just don't really seem strong enough to me. And then hammer while you're leashed, so while your pet's unleashed, feels awful. It just doesn't feel good. I always end up switching weapons to like greatsword or something during that time because I just don't like using hammer when when my pet's unleashed because the ability swap or whatever to be more defensive and shit. I'm just not a fan of that. But other than that, I love the spec. All I wanted this time around was for a pet to be out and have it be viable, and that's what we got. and I'm excited. I'm excited to try this out when the game launches, and I'm excited to use it just for the rest of the week. And that's my feedback on the Untamed. And yeah, peace.